Hello ladies and gentlemen, Yessik here again today to bring you another preview of Eador, Masters of the Broken World. Now this game is currently in technical beta, which I'm fairly certain means not open beta, and it's by a Russian developer known as Snowbird Games. I'm sorry if I get that wrong. If I do, I will post it in the comments. And is a kind of mix of grand strategy, and turn-based strategy with RPG elements interwoven in between. So basically you play as a god, and your world has been destroyed, and your job is to capture fragments of the world and bring them into your fold, and you do this by invading fragments. So every time you invade a fragment, like the one I am currently on, you start from nothing. You have none of the same NPCs you did in your previous fragments. You're basically starting a new game, but you do get a few advantages that carry over from previous things. So I've actually forgotten what type of army I have here. And since this is a preview, I'm not going to go too much into whether I like or dislike the game. Just let it be known that I've spent probably 10-12 hours with this game in the last week, and that I've been really enjoying my time with it so far. And one thing that I'd like to mention is this game was actually greenlit, and for a game that even had to go through the greenlight campaign, it is absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm not sure why I'm going that way. Generally, there's a lot of strategy that goes on. Like right now on this map, there are actually 2 players playing against me. And the other great thing about this game is that you can actually enlist the help of fantasy creatures, which is kind of unusual. So I've found a shop that actually conscripts gargoyles, which I have in the front line because they have a special ability that whenever somebody attacks them, it actually blunts their total health, or blunts their weapon, so that they are more capable of dealing lots of damage. So I've gone into a battle here that might be a bit too hard for me. These are horsemen, and horsemen tend to be glass cannons, but they hit pretty damn hard. So as you can tell, he's already in range. I'm just hoping not in range of my archer. And fortunately, the horseman up there, I went and attacked my gargoyle for 14 damage? Holy hell, sorry, I was not expecting to be suddenly so destroyed. Okay, so I can attack this with an archer, I can attack this with an archer. You have range on everybody. So, one thing that you should know is that the heroes have special abilities. This is a commander, so he powers up his entire army around him. But he also has some spells, and the spells I always give everybody are necromancy. And hopefully you will see why shortly here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the hell out of this horseman back here, as much as I can in any case. 10 damage left. Still can't kill it. Maybe I can attack it from behind and kill it. Come on. Oh, I can't actually get behind it. I can get to the front of it there, and I can get to the front of it here. Can I do the full amount of damage? Still, oh yeah, there we go, it died. So anyways, the reason I use necromancy all the time is because if you can kill one enemy on the first turn, you can get a bunch of enemies behind enemy lines, which is incredibly useful. Let's also march on this guy with our pikemen, and not with our hero because I can't. Now my only regret here is that I actually surrounded the zombie so he cannot move into a very useful position. But the gargoyle should be fairly safe. It would suck to lose him. He only has 3 health left. And I'm assuming he's going to be the target of much archery. For mostly everybody in the party levels up, and they all get bonuses from leveling up. But for the hero's party, for the current hero's party, it doesn't matter quite as much, because he powers people up so much just on his own. Also, you're going to have to forgive me if my voice is a bit more sore and scratchy than usual. It is because I have been live streaming for like days at a time, and I've been going a bit crazy with it. So I've been talking, I think, for 12 hours yesterday I was talking. So I can get a May kill off on him. If I can actually get the full kill off on him, which I do indeed do, I can use my hero next to raise another zombie. Great thing about zombies is they actually tend to be focused on by the opponents, which is really, really useful. 2 to 4 damage. I'm actually going to get him to escape as far away as possible and hide in a forest. Forests increase your protection against ranged attacks and your chance of getting hit. So I'm pretty sure that is everyone. I'll have to end my turn here. It's a pretty bad showing for the first battle. As you can see, I lost all of my archers there. Archers are actually fairly expensive. They tend to run you about 80 gold apiece, not to mention the daily unit upkeep. But at least I'm keeping my gargoyles. I find my gargoyles in this game at least are my best asset. Sometimes you don't get gargoyles. Sometimes you don't get anything. Sometimes you have to deal with the troops that you're given. Attack +1 is always worth it. So I think the reason I'm traveling over there is because I have this guy who keeps actually recapturing all of my camps. Let's see, protect the province with magic, that's good. And also you get those events that you saw there. Unfortunately, I did not have the foresight to actually stop and read it. I'm pretty sure my province was under attack by bandits, so where are you off to again? Oh yeah, he's off to the halfling village. I'm actually in the process of forming an alliance. The other thing you can do, other than just attack these places to take them over, is use diplomacy. Now, I think I have a garrison. Oops. Here you go, you go over there. I have a garrison over here so I can rehire troops if I need to. Unfortunately, healing magic does not work on gargoyles, so you just have to wait for turns for them to actually recover. And this is most of the game. I'd like to mention a few things. First of all, this, like I said, is in technical beta. It is not yet a done game. And actually, it is not even in the open beta segment. But it is... Sorry, but this is what you get. What you see is what you get here. And there is actually quite a bit to see, and there are a lot of really intricate elements. There's a lot of skills to learn, there's a lot of magic, there's different tiers of magic. And one thing is, your game actually does progress as you get on in the story. Like, the first shard I took over was a tiny shard, and I actually unlocked buildings by taking it over. I could only get the first tier of magic initially. So, the more magic you get, the more tiers you get, the better the units you can get, and the easier it is to take over bigger and bigger shards. But the shards get gradually harder and harder, mostly as a part of their size. So let's see, I have one spearman. What's your health at? 21 out of 21? So you're the damaged guy, huh? 7 out of 21. That kinda sucks. I could get myself a swordsman, but I'm just gonna go ahead and buy myself one archer. Make that 2 archers. Why are they so expensive here? Oh, because I'm just in a garrison town. They would be cheaper if I was in my hometown, which is over here. But here I've built a garrison, so I can actually buy troops for myself, despite not being in my hometown. So the problem here is that my main opponent, his main base is over there, so he keeps running into me and kind of killing everyone, which I don't appreciate. Hopefully this halfling alliance helps. My actual best hero is up here right now, on his way to the province of the halflings, and he is a rogue, so he's very much focused on his own skills instead of his party's skills, which makes him great for fighting large monsters or small groups, but really bad for just about everything else. So, as you can tell, I ended the turn here, and I'm actually waiting. One of the things they said they really need to work on, and they're going to be working on before the release, is optimization. But the reason I'm waiting so long is that there are 2 other heroes on this map. There's Eador, who you can see here. He's kind of a story element. And then there's Local Lord, who they just haven't named yet because it isn't a full release, like I keep mentioning. I'm just looking at the recording, hoping this isn't lagging too much. Maybe should have recorded this with Fraps. There we go. Local Lord is heading out. And... come on. Don't be done yet. So really what I want to be doing is going down here and sieging their castle so I can end this as soon as possible and stop them from invading my provinces over and over again. Because the guards they tend to leave in garrison at these provinces are actually pretty hard. So there we go. I can now negotiate. I could also attack. I seem to remember us negotiating an alliance. Hardly enough ale for this one. Shall we do then? I actually don't. I can't pay 300 for that. Just kind of too bad. I'll destroy them. I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's actually invaded my village over there. Damn, I worked so hard for that. There were centaurs over there. So you can also do rituals to increase your performance outside of battle. So I'm going to use a Fair Wind ritual here to move this guy as many spaces as possible. And Fair Wind just allows for massively increased movement. So let's get him over here. Should probably take him 2 turns to get there. And you don't really have enough people, but that can't be helped. I'm going to retake over his village and try to kill his hero. Unfortunately, heroes are revivable, so he keeps reviving his only hero and attacking me with ludicrously small forces. But I do want to show you at least one other class before this video ends, and probably quite a few more battles, really. Eador is moving again, unfortunately, so gotta wait through that. I'm gonna take a drink here while I do that. Like I said, I've been talking for days straight. Need to stay hydrated. Local lord is moving. One thing I've also noticed, and this is definitely my fault, not the game's fault, is that when you're recording, especially with my recording method, it tends to take a lot longer for the local lord and Eador to move. It also has a bit of lag, which it doesn't usually have. And of course this is just optimization problems, which, like I said, is what they're going to be trying to work on the hardest, starting now going to release. Or at least one of the major focuses of their work. I shouldn't put words in their mouths for them. This is actually a Russian development company, Snowbird Games. I'm not sure what else they've done, but this is the first thing they've sent me, so I'm fairly happy with it. This is a slaughter, not a battle. Let's capture the province. He'll regret this. And he's just going on destroying all my things. I'll destroy them. So is it not actually... Is it not actually going? Okay, you have to go here. Apparently I captured that without a fight at all. They just surrendered right away. So here there's a guard, it's local militia. Local militia are like the tier 0 units. Basically like the equivalent to cantrips in D&D. Just absolutely worthless, stupid spells, stupid units that don't do much at all. So I'm thinking I should be able to actually go invade this turn, and hopefully he won't take over too many more of my territories, because having to capture and recapture them actually spreads discontent. And population and contentedness are big things. You can see this top left province here is discontent. I could probably solve that by going ahead and buying a bar in that town. I also have a theater, which in all towns that have a bar increases happiness even more than just a bar. Like I said, this game is actually very, very complicated. Tons and tons of layers within layers of strategy, different ways you can play it, different things you can do. I can't help but notice that this might be one of Eador's. Yeah, Eador's actually taking over this area, so I'm going to have to deal with him pretty soon, which I'm not looking forward to because they have him put down as an expert. And I do get my battle here, so yes, I will definitely attack. I could also scout because of this unit's type and see what exactly is in his party. So right now what is in my party is just these 2 gargoyles and the 1 hero unit. But that should be absolutely no problem for me, because my 1 hero unit, I could also sabotage, but no, I'm not going to do that. My 1 hero unit is absolutely ridiculous. So first I think I'm going to want to kill his hero with 1 hit. I just used a double strike there, it's one of his abilities. And hit number 2 will kill. And I'll just sort of hang back for now. I don't want my gargoyles taking damage. I don't mind curses, but they're a bit too valuable and they're a bit too low health currently to be taking damage. So what I'm going to want to do now is may kill, will kill. Let's see, he can also move 2. So I'm going to kill him. He can get in range of anyone. Then I'm going to move my other gargoyle up top to make him avoid taking damage. So now my strategy is going to basically be to kill him right away and then focus down that shaman later. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any very hard-hitting magical spells. So I'm going to do that is with a single arrow here, which actually did manage to kill him. And then I can actually attack, and the balance of probability is in my favor because I'm doing 8 to 10, so 9 or 10 could kill. And there we go. Finished off that battle without taking any damage, as is to be expected, because I'm much better than him and he keeps reviving his hero and giving them really tiny armies. My guess is he is not very rich. So 10 units, that is a fair amount of units for a battle. It looks like you could win without casualties. I highly doubt that. Sometimes the hero predictions are kind of inaccurate. But I do have my archer on a hill, which does increase his range, so that's always a big plus. Like I said, if I can actually kill 1 enemy in the first turn, I can get a zombie into their line, which is a huge advantage. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can actually kill one of their units this turn. Let's move him forward by 1. or up by 1. Move this archer forward by 1, and he should get range. I actually thought he had much less health than that. So, gonna want him to block up front. Make sure my heroes are in, my guys are in good positions and all defended. So no zombies for me this turn. I can probably raise a zombie next turn, especially if that slinger is likely gonna die. Only does 1 damage, so he must be fairly low level. Level 3 slinger. So you can tell, you can see all their levels and health and stats by hovering over them. Ranged attack, how much their ranged attack does. Spearmen can actually throw their spear, so that's what that is. Morale, if you drain people of their morale, they'll start fleeing the battle or not acting during their turns. So again, very, very useful. But still not quite as useful as having a zombie in the enemy lines. So you can also speed up their turn by clicking, and they'll move considerably faster. So let's get this archer down. That is a definite kill for almost no cost. Raise myself a zombie. I also have a heal with this guy, but I cannot actually heal the gargoyles. I'm not sure if I said that before, but kind of annoying. So the zombie has a lot of health and also never gets weakened by damage. Almost all other units will actually get weaker as they get damaged, but not the gargoyle. So you I'm going to want to kill. Unfortunately, I can't actually make that happen this turn. Oh, maybe I can. One of my archers still has range. May kill. What I would really like to do is get the second... Okay. I was hoping to have both of them low health so this guy couldn't do his maximum damage. It's not like they could actually kill a gargoyle this turn anyways. Gargoyles are very high on defense and resistance. So generally they will take 0 damage from anything like a militiaman. So this is most of the gameplay. There are fancy creatures, there are just regular units that have spells and abilities. Special abilities like forced marches make them move further, or attacking spells or curses. You can play as a necromancer, you can play as a hero. There are 4 classes you start with, and every class can turn into 4 other classes once they reach level 10, and that's talking about your heroes. So, like if you're a wizard and you take the enchanter class, you can actually start getting command elements. So you can start being this guy and getting like ranged attacks up. Very interesting game, very awesome gameplay. So I'm going to use my zombie here to actually kill the second archer, and then use my hero again to raise a zombie from the dead. For early game, there is almost nothing better than just summoning zombies everywhere. And the early game actually lasts quite a while in this game. So I could probably kill him. I need to do a second attack as well. Sucks that I had to waste that. Throw a couple of damaging blows in here that will probably kill him as well. Yes, that is a definite kill. I'll do a quick march with my spearmen and kind of poke him in the face. This battle is definitely mine though. No casualties involved. And there's one last thing I want to show you. I'm actually trying to work my way towards it before the end of this video. Is how to do a siege and actually win a shard. Because to win a shard, you don't actually need to take it all over. You actually only need to siege the enemy's stronghold and win against them. I'm assuming it's assumed that over time you get the rest of the shard anyways. And all the shards give you extra spectral energy, so you can sort of buy advantages for your next match. And I'm hoping to actually end this match because I don't have one saved at that point. Not to mention the advantages I got for beating a tiny shard were not all that good, really. So what I'm going to try to do here is take the kill with him and see if I can finally heal the gargoyles. Maybe it was a glitch before. No, it can't actually heal gargoyles. But he has nothing better to do. I'm going to actually heal my bowman here. Make sure that he is at full health for the upcoming battles. Gargoyles are insanely powerful. If you can ever get them, I highly recommend it. I recommend it. So, can use this zombie to do 6 to 8 damage here. Use this gargoyle to take out the rest of the damage. And I can actually... No, I can't stay out of range of the spearman here. But hopefully he won't target the gargoyle anyways because he can't do much damage to it. And yes, he does indeed target the zombie. So it is a flawless victory for me. I'm going to use the gargoyle to attack. To be honest, I don't know exactly how experience distribution works in this. I'm actually assuming that it is freely distributed throughout all units, but I could be wrong, so sometimes I focus attacks on one unit. So as you can see, I'm buying a new ability right now. I can buy a ranged 3, logistics 1 to decrease army upkeep, maneuvering 1. I really like ranged. As you can tell, if I go range level 3 now, every single melee unit in my party gets +1 attack. Said this hero was the only one focused on that for the first 10 levels. Oh, Orgnar is actually invading my lands right now. My mans. I'll destroy them. So Orgnar, thank God, is right next to my actual really good hero, who I think is low on party right now, but there is no guard here and I can fight Orgnar. And here is where I am finally going to do a siege. I wish I had more units for it, but I should be able to go on with just what I have. So let's see what I can do. Oh, I don't think I actually moved with my hero that I wanted to fight Orgnar here. Hopefully I have. Sorry, again, just taking a drink because my throat is getting really sore. Kerchat. There are also different types of units you can fight in each area. Like I fought centaurs, elves, giant spiders in swamps, goblins, orcs. I've actually had orcs in my party as well. If you get the right building structures, you can actually hire mercenaries, and the mercenaries are always random. So sometimes you get mythical races in with the mercenaries. And orcs have been one of my favorite. I unfortunately lost my orc this time, but it's been going fairly well anyways. I said it only matters for the invasion of one full tile set, because after you've invaded a second tile set, everything disappears. So you have to start basically from scratch. Now another thing I should be doing is actually building structures in my capital, which I've been neglecting. But right now I think I can actually survive with the structures I have, and don't really need to be building up to new ones. So local lord is now moving. Okay, I did actually move him forward. So I'm definitely going to engage Orgnar. He's actually using mostly slingers and spearmen. His enemies aren't even worth it. We'll see. You're not that good. So they're mostly focused down here in the east. I almost forgot my east-west, which would have been kind of embarrassing. My hero actually has a bunch of things equipped, so his range is massive. It's actually 20, or his attack is 21 and his range is 8. So he can attack a lot of people from different sections of the screen. I can't help but think that this is not the party that I thought I was going to be fighting. Do this without sabotage. So I'm going to speed up their turn. Make sure that it's all going according to plan. Okay. So they moved one slinger fair amount forward. Don't really care. I can take him out rather easily. So basically with this archer, I found that the best... Why'd I only do 1 damage? Why'd I only do 1 damage? With this archer, I find the best strategy is to just hang back and keep him well defended. I think my bow may have actually broken. Yeah, I have no ranged attack left, so I've just screwed myself over. So I think I'm going to have to, can I do a retreat? Probably not. It's very likely that I can actually just take this whole thing on with my couple of guys here. I don't think anyone can actually do more than 1 damage to them in a turn. And I'll probably be attacking with my main unit here as well, just for the hell of it. So he has done 2 damage, but these are their strongest people, their spearmen here. So I still think I should be rather fine. Now, you attack here, you attack here. It's a definite kill. I'll start marching my hero forward as well. He actually has a fair range or melee attack as well. All heroes can use melee weapons as well as ranged weapons. And you cannot equip your just regular units. So like I was saying, the gargoyles have a special ability that every time they take a hit from somebody, that person's attack goes down. So that's what makes them such effective units in this type of situation. Oh, I accidentally clicked on my archer. So now I can actually get some attacking done. 5 to 7 isn't as much as his 44 he generally does. But I should be able to get a couple kills here nonetheless. And I think both my gargoyles should be in the clear. I hate losing gargoyles because they actually cost 250 and some crystal apiece. So, very, very expensive units. But also ludicrously good. So you can march forward and kill this guy, or help kill this guy at least. Get a will kill, move around. And the great thing about the gargoyles is actually their mobility too, because they're flying units. They can fly right over anyone and right over any terrain. There's a lot of impassable terrain and terrain that takes movement away from you, such as forests. But there are also ways to tailor your army to march through certain terrains. So they are all focusing on my hero, and my armor apparently failed, which is not a good sign. You will have to move. You come around this way and get that attack in. I'm pretty sure this is a definite kill. Yeah, there we go. So this will be a win without any casualties, very fortunately. Get him dead. Now, I'm not sure why he is failing to move. I think they're actually running out of stamina, which has never actually happened to me. So maybe one of the disadvantages of gargoyles is that they don't actually have much stamina. But to be honest, the battles have never actually lasted long enough for the stamina to run out for them. So I can increase my spoils, I can get more scouting. If I get level 3, I can poison water supplies. That sounds good to me. Get some hit points. Increase attack and counterattack by 2. So you can sometimes award people medals for their performance in battle. And medals will always give bonuses but increase upkeep of the unit. So 2 attack for 5 gold per turn is pretty damn good. I can grab him 2 extra hit points. And then I have to actually fight a much harder army, which I should not have done. So this is Oiner's actual army, and he's using a commander unit. I would have liked to have retreated there. I almost feel like loading up the game just so I can change my mind about what I'm doing. Anyways, I think I've shown you enough of this game, and I've explained some of the mechanics. I'm just going to go back to the menu here. Well, actually, I can't go back to the menu. So that was pretty much it. To siege a place, you actually just stand in front of it for several days at a time, and you lose a bit of health, but you also destroy their weapons as you go along. And some units are better for sieging than others. The commander's very good for sieging. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this preview of Eador, Masters of the Broken Worlds, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!